Hello students, welcome to the online session of DC machines and transformer. Today we will discuss about the construction and classification of DC generator. So let's move to the content. So we will discuss introduction, construction of DC generator and the classification of DC generator. So basic principle of DC generator converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. It works on dynamically induced EMF. So start with the construction of DC generator. So in DC generator there are various parts. The first part is yoke, field magnet, field winding, armature core, armature winding, commutator, brushes and bearings. Let's understand briefly one by one. So the first part is yoke. Yoke is the outer frame of the generator which serves two purposes. It acts as a protecting shield for the generator and provide mechanical support for the pole. If we talk about the small generators where the cheapness is the main consideration rather than a weight, we are using cast iron material. Why? For the large generators we are using the cast steel or rolled steel. The next part is the pole core and pole shoe. So field magnet consists of pole core and pole shoe. Basically the function of pole core and pole shoe is to spread the flux in the air gap. Generally it has a large cross sectional, so it reduces the reluctance of the magnetic path. It acts as a support for the field coils. The next part is the field winding. The field winding is generally made of copper wire or strips wounded on the former. After getting the correct dimension, former is removed and wound coil is put into the place over the core. When current is passed through the coils, the poles get electromagnetized and produce the necessary flux that is cut by the revolving the armature conductor. The next part is armature core. The armature core consists of laminated slots. Slots are cut on the outer periphery. You can see from the figure. It provides the path of very low reluctance. It is generally a cylindrical shape or drum type shape. The thickness of lamination is around 0.5 mm. The next term is armature winding. You can see from the figure. Generally, the armature winding is made of copper which rests in armature slots. The armature conductors are insulated from each other and from the core. Generally, the armature winding is two types, the lap winding and wave winding. So, first let's discuss lap winding. So, in figure, in lap winding, there are number of multiple parallel paths. So, for lap wound generator, we will consider the number of parallel path is equal to number of pole. And the lap wound generators are generally used for low voltage and high current. If we talk about wave wound generator, so in wave wound, you can see from the figure there are only two parallel paths. So wave wound generators are used for high voltage and low current. The next part is commutator. Commutator collects the electric current from armature and send it to the load as a direct current. So the main function of commutator is to convert the alternating current which is induced in armature into the direct current and supply to the external load circuit. Commutator is cylindrical structure. It is built up of wedge-shaped segments of high conductivity hard-drawn coppers. The segments are insulated with each other with thin layer of mica and number of segment is equal to the number of armature coil. The next part is brushes. The function of brushes is to collect the current from commutator and supply to the load circuit. Brushes are made generally a carbon or graphite and they are in a rectangular shape. The next term is ball bearings. Ball bearings are frequently employed because of the reliability of the balls and the rollers are generally pegged in hard oil for quieter operation. Now let's see our next topic, which is classification of DC generator. DC generator can be classified into two parts. separately excited DC generator and self-excited DC generator. Self-excited DC generator again classified into three parts: series generator, shunt generator and compound wound generator. So first discuss the separately excited DC generator. In separately excited DC generator, to energize the field winding, we need the external DC supply. So this type of DC generators are rarely used, you can see from the figure. The next is self-excited DC generator. In self-excited DC generator, there are no need to energize the field winding with the help of external DC supply. So self-excited DC generator, the field winding and the armature winding are connected in different manners, and on the basis of that, the self-excited DC generator classified into three parts: shunt generator, series generator and compound wound generator. So let's see the shunt generator. In DC shunt generator, you can see from the figure. Here the field winding and the armature winding both are connected in parallel. So the voltage remains same in load circuit also and in armature also. There are some voltage drop due to the armature voltage drop in armature winding. So this type of DC generators are used for constant purpose like power supply and for lighting purpose. Next is DC series generator. So if we talk about the DC series generator, you can see from the figure. Here the field winding and armature winding both are connected in series. So the current remains same, but voltage will change. If there are change in current in a field winding due to any reason, the flux will also change, and due to that the voltage across the load will also change. So they are using for railway as a booster. Next generator is compound wound generator. In compound wound generator, there are two field windings: series field winding and shunt field winding. On the basis of that, the compound wound generator again classified into two parts: short shunt compound wound generator and long shunt compound wound generator. So let's discuss first long shunt compound wound generator. In long shunt compound wound generator, the shunt field winding is connected in parallel with both the armature winding and series field winding. Here the voltage drop is reduced and they are used for battery charging and for lighting purpose. The next is short shunt compound wound generator. So you can see from the figure, here the shunt field winding is only connected with the armature winding, not with the series field winding. So this type of DC generators are used rarely. They are used as a welding purpose. Here is the assignment questions which is related to the video. Explain the different parts of DC generator. Why commutator used in DC generator? Give the classification of DC generator. Explain compound wound DC generator. State the use of self-excited DC generator. And you can also solve the quiz by scanning QR code which is given. See you in next video session of DC machines and transformer. Thank you.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.